Okay, that trailer's looking good. I see that. Look at all that fire. That looks amazing. You know, a lot of color. What is that? Brown? Turn it off. Turn it off. Assassin's Creed is dead. Call the president. Listen, I'm gonna keep it very short, alright? I knew from the get-go that this was gonna be a shit show, and so did Ubisoft. Because this is a perfect example of a fallacious deviation. That sounds dirty for some reason, and I don't know why. Imagine as if we're dogfighting an F-35, you know, being that Ubisoft. We're right on his ass, and all of a sudden, Ubisoft just sends all these flares of irrelevant shit that... Unfortunately, it worked for the vast majority of people. Now, Ubisoft knows that at any time, criticism that is directed at this game can be a little bit, you know, pushed aside as an scapegoat, you know, to distract you from the fact that this game can be sold at $150 even before a gameplay trailer. You know, the thing that proves that it's a game? Yeah, you can pre-order this game. Or that abysmal dislike ratio, which apparently this turned to be a racism counter. Even though we all know what an Ubisoft game is gonna turn out to be. Listen, this is like taking painkillers before a headache. We gamers know where the fuck this shit is going. But hell, this actually made people want to buy the game just out of spite to piss off other people. And I don't know, call me old school, but I don't think that's what games should be about. You know, to weaponize them as political footballs or some shit. I hate that. This is not a company that you should be funding for. And unfortunately, you're proving them that they can do this shit. You know what I think? I think this whole drama with Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I always emphasize the ass part, you know, with us actually having a playable character that is the first ever black samurai in real life in history, is more of a shock for the average Assassin's Creed player, because we were never able to actually play an historical figure, rather than it actually being about, oh, brown, bad kind of sentiment, you know? However, it doesn't make it stop sounding dumb, considering that we had the whitest Welsh that you could ever think of. I'm not joking, Conway makes Taylor Swift look mixed. In the middle of the Caribbean, and people didn't seem to mind either. In the other side of the same coin, the reason why I don't believe this is a case of not liking a skin color, at least for the vast majority, you always have your fucking idiots. I think it's due to the fact that we already had a black character before in a saga, and people didn't care either. I think it's just a typical case of people being chronically online on both sides, just wanting to find a fault in a game or a reason to hate it, or also to like it, while satisfying their biases, which is a weird concept to me. I don't get the appeal. Because sure, if it's done in a non-biographical manner, you know, non-historical at all, like it insults history, I'm looking at you, Battlefield 5. I would understand the outrage then. But you guys seriously gotta calm down, because the guy actually existed. It was a real dude with a really badass story. So what if we're not sure if he was an actual samurai or a glorified version of a butler? Because let's face it, the reality is there's historical evidence for both sides on this. And I guess we'll never really find out, because things get lost in translation from old languages and documents just disappear. So I don't have a problem specifically, and I don't think you should either, with Ubisoft just getting a little bit creative with historical events. Pretty much every single movie that you like had a little bit of deviation. Wolf of Wall Street, well, the midget part was actually true, but there was a lot of crazy shit that didn't happen. Oh, but Malcolm, that means that the game could turn out to be pretty good. Yeah, but it's Ubisoft. It's more likely to turn out to be a dog turd sprinkled with glitter, isn't it? Because here's the thing, betting on Ubisoft to deliver a good game is like betting on a winner dog race. If you're not betting that they're not going to finish it, you're doing the wrong bet.